What is up, everybody? The Eagles are playing on a beautiful night in Sunday Night Football, and I am so excited for this one. The Detroit Lions are not an easy team, but I have confidence in my Philadelphia Eagles. They didn't play the greatest game last Monday, but the Detroit Lions are a worse team by record. The home field advantage for the Eagles is going to be rocking. You see that green in the background if you're watching. Go Birds. I really like the Eagles' chances. I really, really do. I'm going to be honest with you. If I didn't like the chances, I would have said that I didn't. But I am feeling pretty confident. Maybe overly confident, to be honest. If you're in chat, say hello. I'll be reading chat all night. And yeah, well, this game's about to start. Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions in the great Lincoln Financial Field. I got my Zach Bond jersey on. This is the first Eagles game that I'm covering for the year, and I'm excited. Should be a good game, no matter who wins. But normally I am completely unbiased. And this time I'm a little bit biased, as you can see. But I think the X factor in this game is going to be the defenses. If the Eagles can stop the Lions' great offense, new play caller, Dan Campbell is calling the plays, I think they're going to win this game. If the Lions are able to do their regular Lion thing, they're going to win this game. I think the Eagles are going to be able to score. The Eagles score about the same on the Giants defense and the Chiefs defense. Like, the Eagles, I feel like they're defense proof, but they're never really going to destroy any team. Jalen Hurts is going to do his thing. Saquon Barkley. And I guess we're going to see. But if I had to give my score prediction, I would go 31-26 Philadelphia Eagles win it. But maybe that's too high of a score. I don't know. The Eagles' defense is really, really good. But the Lions' offense is really, really good. And the Eagles' offense is pretty good too. No matter what happens, it's going to be a fun one. And I am excited. Jonah, is that a Zach Bond Super Bowl jersey? That is a Zach Bond Super Bowl jersey. Thank you for pointing that out. I wish I had gotten it before the Super Bowl, but I was not confident enough that they were going to win, so I did get it after the Super Bowl. Big fan of Zach Bond, as I'm sure every Eagles fan is. So here we are, Lincoln Financial Field, kickoff about to be underway. I will move the football based on who's got the ball, but I'm in the same exact jersey. Let's go, dude. Come on. It's a great choice. It's a great choice. Love that. I never noticed Saquon had the gold captain patch, but I guess this is his 5th year being a captain. Little pregame interview with Saquon on my screen right now. How about the games today? Chiefs fall at the hands of Bo Nix. That was a good one. The Panthers, Bryce Young lights up the Falcons defense. Really, really good game there. Seahawks-Rams was a good game. I heard about an altercation in the Bengals and Steelers game between Ja'Marr Chase and Jalen Ramsey. Ja'Marr Chase is probably going to get suspended. He did the exact same thing Jalen Carter did, and Ja'Marr Chase was not removed from the game. Jalen Carter was removed from the game. They counted that as his one-game suspension. Ja'Marr Chase likely going to be suspended for Week 12. Big wins tonight. That is going to be a factor. Jake Bates, Jake Elliott, the battle of the Jakes kicking. It's going to be a tough game to kick in. If you're down to your last minute and you need a field goal to win, you're praying and you're hoping for a touchdown. So the Philadelphia Eagles will be getting the ball first. You see their kick returner Xavier Gipson back to return, as well as Will Shipley. And Bates in these heavy winds will start this one off with a deep kick into the end zone, a touchback taken by Philadelphia. And they will start at the 35. It's Jalen Hurts having a phenomenal season, does not turn the ball over. There's a little bit of controversy going around the Eagles right now with A.J. Brown as you see him pop up there. And that Eagles O-line looking healthy once again. You got Mailata, Dickerson, Juergens, Steen, Johnson. You dodge a bullet there with Lane Johnson. A lot of people thought he was done, but the injury not severe, and he's back for this week. You see the Eagles bring in the extra offensive lineman Fred Johnson, as they have been quite a bit on run plays this season. But who knows, maybe they pass it. You got two wide receivers, very tight formation, Hurts under center. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, play action on first leg, plenty of time, fires it downfield. Hurts has got his man, and he cannot make the catch. Devontae Smith on first down, looking for it and almost made it, but cannot come down with it. Good ball by Hurts. Good coverage there. And it'll be 2nd and 10 for these Philadelphia Eagles. Barkley the back once again. Brown and Smith on the right side. Hurts takes the snap, passing again over the middle, and it's dropped right off the hands of Dallas Goedert. And it'll be a quick 3rd and 10 for Philly. Not how you want to start. Are we serious right now, Goedert? That's an easy first down if he makes that catch. And it's a quick 3rd and 10 for Philly and Jalen Hurts. 7-2 Eagles versus the 6-3 Detroit Lions. Eagles go 3 and out a lot, trying to prevent that from happening again on this opening drive. Hurts, Lions show blitz, takes the snap, blitz coming. Hurts has time, fires downfield, a third pass, and this time, he got it! A.J. Brown moves the chains. And who says he doesn't want to be here? A.J. Brown with the first down of the game for Philadelphia. And that was a tough catch to make. But he does make it. Without a doubt. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 47 against this tough Lions defense. This is really the game that never was, because the Detroit Lions, riddled by injuries last year, were unable to top the Commanders in the NFC divisional game. Everybody thought that they would be playing against the Eagles. They were unable to, and now they play here in Lincoln Financial. Hurts firing it downfield. He's got Barkley! And they say he was out, but there's a flag. Whoa. Did Saquon Barkley make that catch? I mean, it's coming back because of a flag. Holding on Lane Johnson, the all-pro offensive tackle. And he's got a handful. Aiden Hutchinson, one of the guys who could be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year this year. And that's it's about as clear as day of a hold as you can get. And it's 1st and 20. So the big play, which doesn't really matter if he caught it or not, ends up going back to 1st and 10, and Tank Bigsby in relief of Saquon as the running back. They give it to Tank, falling forward for a gain of 5 across the 40. And now we'll meet the Lions defense if you're watching along with me on NBC. This is a good unit, especially that defensive line. You look at Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader, Alex Anzalone can rush the edge. And then you go into the middle, you got Jack Campbell. He is very, very good. A lot of people, myself included, thought that he was a reach in the first round 2 years ago. He was not. Hurts fires downfield and way out of bounds, looking for AJ again. The pressure was right there, and it'll be 3rd and long for the second time on this drive, this time 3rd and 15. Aiden Hutchinson got there quick. Just unblocked there. You can't let that happen. Now 3rd and 15 for Philly. Will Shipley is the back. He's a good receiver. From the 41 now, Goddard and Shipley trade places. Hurts takes the snap. 3-man rush coming for Detroit. Hurts in trouble. Stepping back. Nobody open. Hurts steps up. He'll scramble, and he's going nowhere. Pushed forward for a gain of about a yard, but the Eagles are forced to punt. It'll be 4th down and 14. And the Eagles' first drive comes to a quick end with some good defensive pressure by Detroit. And now we'll see Detroit's offense. Khalif Raymond back to return from Braden Mann, a phenomenal punter for the Eagles. Send it away. It's a booming kick. Raymond back at his 15. He'll take it. Going left side. Raymond's got some room, and now he's taken down at around the 19-yard line by Cal Adamitis. And the Detroit Lions' Jared Goff-led team will begin with about 12 minutes left in the first quarter when we come back from this commercial. So, fantasy football, I know I like that a little bit, just a little bit. I like to talk about it just a little bit. I need Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb to outscore Jahmyr Gibbs, Jake Bates, and Brock Bowers. I think they can do it, but it's not a gimme. What other good games were there today? Buffalo-Tampa was a really good game. Josh Allen, absolute monster. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's done that more than once in the league. That's nuts. You see 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns, and you gotta think there's no chance he's done that before. Oh yeah, he has. And Tampa didn't play bad either. When the Bills are playing their game, they're the best team in the league. I don't think that anybody's beating the Bills when they're playing their best, but their worst is not good. They lost to the Miami Dolphins with Josh Allen playing. So the Bills are a total boomer bust, as we've seen. They can beat anybody, but they can lose to anybody. And we kind of also see that with the Eagles. The Eagles, they lost to the New York Giants, and they've beaten the Kansas City Chiefs. They've beaten the Packers. The Packers don't really look that great, right now at least. Wait till we get to Toyotathon for Jordan Love. But yeah, I think the parity in this league right now is pretty excellent. Because I think right now any team can really beat any other team. Seriously. And we are back. Just to say, I'm going to be taking calls from anybody, I guess, who has my number or other way to contact me at halftime, as I always do. And now we are back to see the Detroit Lions go to work. Jahmyr Gibbs is the back. No Sam Laporta tonight. It's play action. Goff fires quickly. He's got St. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown dragged down by Adoree Jackson. And a quick start for Detroit with a gain of 9. If Detroit plays their game, this could be a long one for Philly. But Vic Fangio's defense, a phenomenal unit. My parents are watching the game downstairs. I heard something might have just happened. Not exactly sure, but there's some noise. Goff fires Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is pushed out of bounds with a quick gain. And a first down for Detroit. They made that one look easy. Goff has been pretty good. 20 touchdowns, 3 picks. The Lions maybe a little bit underachieving. Goff fires downfield. This one's tipped and intercepted by Cooper DeJean. DeJean back the other way, and the Eagles are set up inside the red zone. Who tipped that ball? It looks like it was Big Jordan Davis. And a quick turnover puts the Eagles in prime position. And Cooper DeJean's got his first career regular season interception. How about that for a start? And welcome, Jesse, to the stream. Good to see you. And you came in at the right time. Cooper DeJean, he had the pick 6 in the Super Bowl, but now he's got a career interception when it comes to the regular season and where stats are counted. So the Philadelphia Eagles are set up at their, the Lions, 11-yard line, and they got to convert here in a tough game like this. It's a quick handoff to Barkley. No, it's a pass to Brown, and he's spun out on the RPO there. A.J. Brown getting involved. Excuse me. Jalen Hurts. Now give Barkley. Saquon, his first rush of the day, gets a yard or 2, and it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's third down. The third down for the Eagles. 3rd and 8. Hurts alone. Empty backfield. 5 receivers wide. On 3rd and 8. Hurts takes the snap. Looking to throw quickly off the hands of A.J. Brown. Looking for a flag. He's not going to get it. And the Eagles are going to try to kick in this heavy wind. And Jake Elliott's good. But we're going to have to see if he can put it through in this heavy wind. Elliott's been very good this year, and kickers in general have been pretty good this year, apart from whatever's going on with the New York Giants. Elliott with wind facing him. A 27-yard attempt is right down the middle, and the Eagles start off with the lead. It's 3-0 Philly. And Goff's going to take 2 when we come back from this commercial. quite the start from the Eagles defense. They allow the first down with Goff and Gibbs and St. Brown. And then Jordan Davis using his body, the body that blocked the kick, the game winner from Josh Carty just a couple weeks ago. And now he makes another big play. He's having a breakout season. And it's really important for the Eagles because they lost their big guy, Milton Williams, in free agency, and he is balling for the New England Patriots. Milton Williams is awesome. But that means Jordan Davis really had to step up, and he's not as good of a pass rusher as Milton Williams was. But man, can he stop the run, and can he get his body up in there, make deflections, block passes, block kicks. And he's a super athlete for being as big of a guy as he is. He's pretty quick. And I'm going to be honest, if I saw as big of a guy as Jordan Davis running as fast as Jordan Davis can run at me, I would probably be very, very, very scared. But I love having him on this team because he is an amazing ball player. And the Philadelphia Eagles start out with the lead after the turnover. The Eagles are really good at getting points off of turnovers. That's something that has been really consistent throughout the year. Go Birds and Vic Fangio. The defense has been awesome, and the offense has worked well with what the defense has given them. And go Birds. So right back to kickoff. Deja vu right here. We just saw kickoff and, well, it was the Lions to the Eagles. And now it's the Eagles back to the Lions. Here's the return from Khalif Raymond. A very good returner is tracked down by Cameron Latu. And the Eagles, tight end, but also a phenomenal special teamer, puts the Lions closer to their own end zone. We're going to meet the Eagles defense that has been a very, very solid unit this year. The D-line is phenomenal. Jalen Phillips rushing the edge. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter up the middle. Don't count out Nolan Smith, athletic freak. And then the secondary, you already saw what they can do. Cooper DeJean with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Goff will hand to Gibbs. Gibbs is tracked down in the backfield. Zach Bond. Come on. Let's go. Zach Bond with the TFL. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. He broke through the line and Jalix Hunt helps him finish off, but he didn't need any help. Jahmyr Gibbs is a hard dude to tackle, and Bond did it by himself. 2nd and 11. Brock Wright sent in motion in relief of Sam Laporta. Goff takes the snap. He's in trouble, and he is sacked. It's the new Eagle, Jalen Phillips, making an impact already, and now a flag comes in. And this one's going to be declined. It's holding on the offense. Jalen Phillips' QB takedown is going to count. Goff notoriously does not play well in the elements. And in Philly, in the outside, Jalen Phillips used to be a Dolphin, now playing in the cold, brings him down. It's 3rd and 16. Gibbs the back again. Goff Throwing downfield into the dirt. Looking for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the Lions will go 3 and out. A net negative on offense for the Lions drive. And it'll be Philly's ball once again, as Jack Fox comes to send this one away. Beautiful start by the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Beautiful. Fox will kick it away. It'll bounce and roll, take an Eagles bounce, and there's a flag. Hatton jumps on it at around the 30, and we'll see what this flag is. Holding on Trotter Jr. So the question is, will this be a re-kick, or will it be from the spot of the foul? Guess that is the question. But we'll see that when we come back from commercial here. So some news. Josh Jacobs is injured, but his injury is not season-ending, per the Packers. Really hoping that he can be back before fantasy playoffs, but if not, Woody Marks it is. Aaron Rodgers is also hurt. His wrist is broken. Slight break, they say. Mason Rudolph came in relief, was able to close out the game for the Steelers. They're a team that doesn't really need an all-world quarterback to win games. They're a ground-and-pound team. They have DK Metcalf, who can catch, I guess. And they have a great defense. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't really played like Aaron Rodgers of old. And, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is old, but he's washed. So, while it sucks to lose your starting quarterback, the Steelers are the team that if they were to lose their starting quarterback, it makes one of the least impacts. And the other team might be the Arizona Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett balled out today. He threw 2 picks, but he broke the NFL record for completions in a game. 47. Ridiculous. And also some baseball news. Josh Naylor is staying in Seattle with a 5-year extension. He did well for them at the end of the season, and he's gonna hopefully do well for them for 5 more years. And he's a sneaky base stealer, because he's in what, the lowest percentile of speed in Major League Baseball, but he stole like 20 bags. It's not about speed, it's about stealth or timing or whatever. I don't play baseball. But we are back. See Boathouse Row all lit up for the Birds. Go Birds. Excuse me. And Jalen Hurts and the offense are going to be right back out. Pitch outside Barkley. He's got room, and Saquon Barkley rolls out of bounds with a big gain and a first down. He'll move the chains for the Birds. And you see that extra offensive lineman again in Fred Johnson. This time he's on the other side of Dallas Goedert. Something that the Eagles have done this year that they didn't really do last year. And they go the other way with the run. The pitch play to Saquon Barkley. And he's got world-breaking speed. So when he gets space, he can make the most of it. Only 1 home run ball this year for Saquon, but it can happen at any moment. Now Hurts on play action. Firing. He's got his man Dallas Goedert. Stiff arms Anzalone. And Dallas Goedert, the security blanket for the Eagles, has about 6 yards to make this second and very manageable. Dallas Goedert, 7 touchdowns this year. Unreal. His season that he's having, especially in the red zone, he's balling out. 2nd and 4. Hurts, give Barkley back up the middle. Saquon is going to make this tush-push range as he gets 3, running behind Tyler Steen. And it's 3rd down and short. We'll see where they spot it. It'll be 1 or 2 yards. Barkley's not having a good season this year. But the talent is obviously there. You question the play calling. You question the team chemistry. What's going on in the locker room. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about the Eagles. But you can't deny that he's not having his best season. 3rd and 1. They'll give to Barkley with a little fullback dive, and he's hauled down from behind. And that'll be a loss of a yard or 2. It's Nowakowski, and Derek Barnes gets in there. And you wonder the Eagles might be forced to punt. We'll see what they'll do here. They will. They'll send Braden Mann right out. And I wonder why you don't tush-push there, but taken down on the return by Keely Ringo. And no gain for Khalif Raymond, who's dangerous when he gets the ball in his hands. And the Lions are pinned back at the 10 with a very good punt by Braden Mann, and we'll see their drive start when we come back. I think they just gotta hold down Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're very creative with what they do, what the Lions do with him. He's really, really good. The Eagles' cornerback position isn't great. I mean, if Quinyon Mitchell is on him, I feel much more confident coming from the Eagles' standpoint than if Adoree Jackson is on him. And other than that, no Laporta, so you don't have to worry about the reliability option down the middle, down the field, down the seams for Goff. Because Sam Laporta is a great talent at tight end. And you have to worry about Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery's good, but Jahmyr Gibbs has the explosive speed that he does not. And Gibbs is the kind of guy who can turn any play into a bomb. And I keep using baseball terminology. I called it a home run ball earlier with Saquon. I called it a bomb with Gibbs. I think that just shows that baseball terminology is just universal. You can use it for anything. So the Lions will have the ball on their own 10. And I guess we'll see what the Birds can do about that. And we'll see if Cooper DeJean can do what he did on that first drive, or if Zach Bond, Jalen Phillips can do what they did on the second defensive drive. And I'm so excited about Jalen Phillips because the Eagles' defense, obviously phenomenal. One of the best units in the league. Maybe not as good as last year, but they did lose some key pieces. Jalen Phillips adds another level to it because the edge was probably the Eagles' worst position. They weren't getting a great pass rush. And I guess Nolan Smith might not have been ready to be the premier edge rusher, but it's fine because now they do have a premier edge rusher in Jalen Phillips. I said Nolan Smith was an athletic freak. Jalen Phillips is too. So is Jalix Hunt. They all got to stay on the field. That's the main thing. But this edge is just looking so much better than it was 2 weeks ago. Quick handoff to Jameson Williams, and there's a guy with some speed. He'll take on Andrew Makuba for a gain of about 9. Will not move the chains, but we'll get very close to doing so. As we tick down to 5 minutes here in the first quarter, Birds lead the Cats 3-0. Here in cold, windy Lincoln Financial Field. Montgomery is the back. Goff under center. Goff will hand it to Montgomery, and he'll get the first down, hauled down from behind by Bond, with a gain of 6 as he sheds through. Kobe Dean aids there on the tackle. And Lane Johnson's headed back to the locker room. Awesome. Love it. Dude. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lane Johnson's going back to the locker room. Well, nothing you can do about that right now. It's 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff, play action. Looking for Montgomery out of the backfield. He makes the catch. Tracked down by DeJean, but he falls forward for a first down, and the Lions get first downs in back-to-back plays through David Montgomery, nicknamed Knuckles in the duo Sonic and Knuckles. Obviously Sonic being Jahmyr Gibbs. But Montgomery is very, very good. You can't really forget about him. And that's just what the Lions will do to you. Their offense is incredible with so many ways to hurt you. Goff takes the snap. It's a pass. He's in trouble. Fires across the middle. This one's caught. And knocked to the ground is Jameson Williams. As the Lions cross the Eagles' 50, and they're making some plays now. Both catches allowed by Adoree Jackson. The St. Brown one on the first drive, and this one on the second drive. Now you see 3 guys enter the backfield. Gibbs to Slaw, and it's a handoff to Gibbs. No, it's Montgomery in Wildcat. Didn't even notice he was there, and he's gets no gain. Brought down by Moro Ojomo. Been a bright spot on Philly's defense. Basically won them the game with his 4th down stop of Josh Jacobs. And now it's 2nd and 8. As we head down to 2.5 minutes on this first quarter. Lions just outside field goal range, but is there even a field goal range tonight with all this wind? Goff takes the snap. It's 2nd and 8. Bond rushing. Goff steps up and throws it into the ground looking for Brock Wright. He was heavily covered by Nakobe Dean, and Goff makes the right decision there just to spike it at his feet, and it'll be 3rd and 8. So I thought that Dan Campbell was calling plays for the first time this week. He actually called plays last week, and the Lions did pretty good. David Montgomery's wrapped up by Carter, and it's 4th down and 7. The Lions have a decision to make. It's hard to go for it here, but you never know with Dan Campbell. It's hard to kick it here in the wind. Jake Bates, a phenomenal kicker. And let's see what Dan Campbell elects to do. You know he's aggressive. It's 4th and 6. This is going to be a tight game all the way through. Now Tate Ratledge, the rookie, phenomenal offensive guard. They drafted him in the 2nd round. He's down with an injury, and we'll head to commercial break. So 3-0 Eagles. We take that every day of the week through almost a quarter. And I'm going to be honest. If the Eagles win and Jahmyr Gibbs and Jake Bates don't score a ton of fantasy points, I'm chilling. I'm leading my matchup right now by 1/10 of a point, exactly. My opponent has Jahmyr Gibbs Brock Bowers, and Jake Bates. I have Javonte Williams and CeeDee Lamb. It's going to be a close one. And if Josh Jacobs did not get hurt, maybe I win by a lot. If Eddie Pinheiro doesn't get hurt, maybe I win by a lot. But they both did, and I'm not going to win by a lot. I might win, but it's going to be a close one. I think the Birds are going to win, but I also think that's going to be a close one as well. How about a game from Bryce Young and Teteroa McMillan, T-Mac? Breakout game, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just looking at him on the opposing side of my fantasy matchup. But a great player finally having a great game. And he's not out of the Rookie of the Year race. If I had to pick a Rookie of the Year, it's probably Emeka Egbuka. But I wouldn't say Teteroa McMillan's out of it. I wouldn't say Tyler Warren is out of it. When it comes to offense, rookie running backs this year just haven't been super fantastic. Ashton Genty's been good, but the Raiders are just so bad I can't imagine they give it to him. Omarion Hampton's missed the majority of the season. He had a good game or two before he got hurt. Now it's 4th and 6. The Lions are straight up going for it. Montgomery is the back. You see St. Brown to his left. Play clock winding down to 2. Brock Wright sent in motion. And the play clock expires. Flag comes down and the Lions are going to punt. The Eagles wisely do not jump off sides, and the Lions will take the delay of game and send it back Philly's way as they bring out Jack Fox, former All-Pro punter for the second time, and Xavier Gipson, the new Eagle, former New York Jet. Is back there to receive it. So Fox punting from his own 41. The line of scrimmage is the Eagles' 45. Sends the punt away. It's a high kick. Gipson takes it at his 15 with the fair catch. And the Eagles will have 1:19 left in the first quarter for their drive. And then the second quarter will begin. And now some baloney is on the screen with A.J. Brown. I can only imagine what they're saying about him not wanting to be in Philly. I think he wants to win. I think that is what A.J. Brown wants most of all. Tight formation once again for Philadelphia. Handoff Saquon Barkley, left side. Barkley cuts it back and gets about 5 yards before being taken down by Brian Branch. So what can Kevin Patullo and the Eagles make on their own? Because they were set up with fantastic field position by the defense. But what can they do by themselves? Here's Barkley, and he's stuffed! Jack Campbell with a big TFL on Barkley. And he had nowhere to go. The Lions ate that up real fast. And that will be the end of this first quarter. The Eagles will have 3rd and 8. When we come back, or will they try to run a play? I guess we'll see, but that play sure did not work. That will be it for this first quarter. And we'll move on to the second with a 3-0 game. The Eagles defense has done a really good job. The Eagles offense, a different story entirely, and we'll see how it goes in the second half of this first half. I knew this was going to be a close game. I didn't think it would be a boring game. It's 3-0 through a quarter. I mean, I'm not complaining about the Eagles having a win and neutralizing what is one of the best offenses in the league. Really not complaining about that. So tomorrow we got Dallas and Las Vegas squaring off. Who's home tomorrow? Vegas. Dallas is a heavy favorite despite them only having one more win than the Raiders, but I think that kind of makes sense. The Raiders look really bad, and Dallas actually looks pretty good. They tied the Packers. But the Panthers beat the Packers and the Browns beat the Packers. But I do think the Cowboys are going to run away with that, especially because, excuse me, late night last night. The Raiders can't really score. Their quarterback's Geno Smith. I feel like that I don't need to explain anything else. Geno Smith has been the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. Honorable mention Kyler Murray, especially when you see what Jacoby Brissett is doing with exactly the same team. But no, Geno Smith's been the worst quarterback in the NFL. And the Cowboys' defense is really, really bad, but the offense is actually really, really good. And speaking of really, really good offenses, here are the Philadelphia Eagles. Devontae Smith sent in motion as we begin the second quarter. It's 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. Will Shipley is the back. Hurts will pass. He's got time. Fires. Smith can't make the catch. And it's 4th and 8. The Eagles go 3 and out for the second time. But it feels like a lot more. And the Lions will begin their second quarter with a stop as Braden Mann is out for the 3rd time. There's the punt. It's high. Booming kick. Caught on the sideline by Raymond, but the Lions will be set up with very good field position at about their own 40. And let's see what these Lions can do. The offense has been cold, but so has the Eagles. It's pretty impressive. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5th most touchdowns ever before the age of 24. He's pretty incredible, and we'll see if the Eagles can do anything about that today. Goff will give to Gibbs. Right back up the middle, he'll fall with a gain of 6, brought down in the end by Reed Blankenship. And when you get Gibbs in space, he's really, really good. Everybody kind of knows that. But also, he can work between the tackles and through the tackles, more importantly. He's an all-around really, really good running back. And the Lions did a real good job drafting him. Goff, right back to Gibbs. Hesitates and now pushes forward. Bond brings him down with a crew, and it'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Detroit Lions after 2 straight gives to Gibbs. That's a mouthful. Gives to Gibbs. So the Lions are a ground and pound team. They have 2 really, really good running backs. And it's 3rd and a long one. Right back to Gibbs. Right back up the middle. He's squashed. Zach Bond and Cooper DeJean get there. And it's 4th and 2. We'll see what the Lions elect to do. And knowing Dan Campbell, I think they're going to give this one another go. They will. It's 4th and 1. More like 2. From their own side of the field. Goff. Right back to Gibbs. He's short! The Eagles turn him over! And there's no way about it. First down, Philly. Unreal. The defense holds again for another turnover. Just excellent. Especially when this offensive line is just really, really good. That is unreal. I'm happy about that. I'm pretty happy about that. Come on. Now can we get this offense going? Please. Huge, huge start for the Eagles defense. Not a 3-and-out, but actually a 4-and-out that they force. And can the Eagles offense finally break through? The defense has done really well. I would like the offense to follow in those footsteps of doing really well. But knowing Kevin Patullo, I'm not too confident in that. Yeah. We are back on Sunday Night Football. Now 1st and 10 for the Birds, and the Lions offense is struggling, which isn't something that happens a lot. The Vic Fangio defense is at its best right now. It's frustrating teams, and it's shutting them down. So now the Eagles have a 1st down across the 50. Really, really good field position. What can they do with it? Hurts is airing it out in a double coverage, and nobody home. Smith, not close to it, but avoids the turnover. It'll be 2nd and 10. Not really sure what Hurts was thinking right there, but another chance at it. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 48 of Detroit. And a replay there. Maro Ojomo goes low and gets Gibbs down. Such an underrated talent, Maro Ojomo is. Hurts now passing once again. Fires downfield. He's got a man, but behind him. And Brian Branch had him covered. It'll be 3rd and 10. Hurts has struggled so far. 3 for 10 passing. Not really what you want to see. The defense has picked up the slack, but if the Eagles are going to win this game, Jalen Hurts needs to be better. It's 3rd and 10. Just under 13 minutes left to go in the half. Obviously plenty of time. Not good on 3rd down so far today, but the Lions defense is also a really good unit. It's not just the missteps of Philly. Hurts fires downfield. This one is incomplete. No chance for Smith, and the Birds will punt again. That is not a great drive. Not a good drive. Really not a good drive. And Braden Mann's going to send this one away to Khalif Raymond. Trying to pin him back deep. Mann gets it off. It's a high one. Raymond comes up to catch it. Dives for it at the 20. And a pretty short punt, but now a flag comes in. So this one is going to be on the Eagles. Not quite sure what the yardage will be. So let's see. A face mask on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. marks his 2nd special teams penalty. And the Lions, pushed back at their own 20, will now push them up to their 35 as they try to begin another drive. The Eagles' offense hasn't been good. I could say it 1,000 times, and I feel like I wouldn't be saying it enough. But the Eagles' defense has been really, really good, and they need to continue to be really, really good. Yeah. So here we go. Montgomery is the back to the right of Goff. Raymond sent in motion. He'll give to Montgomery and no room, but he finds some. Speared by Carter for a gain of about 4 by Montgomery, and good job by him to make anything out of that. Looked like it was going to be bottled up for a loss. But he turned nothing into something. And the Eagles' linebacking unit just so good. Jihad Campbell, Zach Bond read that really well, but Montgomery makes a very good play. And that's what he does. Goff, 2nd and 6. Quick throw, Brock Wright makes the catch. Tracked down by Bond. Gain of 4 for Detroit, and it'll be 3rd and short. We've seen them mess up on 3rd and short before. Can the Eagles' defense force another stop? The yardage is officially 2 on this third down. Goff takes the snap. Looking, running out of time, firing across the middle, and it's dropped by St. Brown. He threw it behind him, and it's 4th and 2. We'll see if the Lions are going to try this again, or are they going to go 3 and out another time as the Eagles hold. Off the hands of Amon-Ra St. Brown, and they will bring out Fox the punt. You gotta watch the fake here. They do run the fake, and it's stuffed! The Eagles force another turnover on 4th down, and they'll have amazing field position again. Can they do something with it? And I called the fake. The Eagles saw it coming. But I'm unsure if they can do anything with it. I'm going to be honest, they probably can't, but at least they're getting the stops on defense. So the Eagles start again. And this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Quite the game. I don't know how I picked these great games to broadcast. How do I do it? I always pick the most exciting ones. Well, we'll see what Jalen Hurts can do. He's 3 of 11 passing. The Eagles are averaging 2.9 yards per play. They're 1 of 5 on 3rd down. But they have the lead, and the Lions have been worse. And that's all that matters, isn't it? No matter how bad the Eagles have been so far, they have not been as bad as the Detroit Lions. My dad just texted me this game is horrible. And I agree. It's hard not to be a pessimistic Philadelphia sports fan when you're watching a team that looks like this right now. But I'm going to try to find the silver lining. They have the lead. The Lions have been worse. They have only 2 losses. They can keep the one. They control their own destiny. The Eagles control their own destiny. And they're not going to lose if their defense looks like this, especially against the Lions. They'll go to Barkley up the middle, and Saquon spins out of 1 tackle. Falls forward with a gain of 8. One of his best of the night. And they have to get him going. The passing game's not working. If the running game can, it'll pick up the slack. And they have a really, really good room of running backs in Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby, and Will Shipley that are really good. Those guys can play. 2nd and 2, right back to Barkley. 1st down, Eagles. Saquon Barkley keeps the feet moving and picks up 4. And the Eagles get their first down in quite a while. As we'll go down to 10 minutes in the half remaining. First and 10 for the Birds. Ball at the Lions 32, so just inside of the normal field goal range. You wonder what he can kick here. Hurts fires, tipped and almost picked. Who got a hand on that? It was not an Eagle. Or I guess it might have been, but it goes incomplete. You saw the tip drill pick for the for the Birds. You almost just saw one there for Detroit. Second and 10. Hurts takes the snap. Play action, quick throw. A.J. Brown is tracked down. Tackled by Akello Witherspoon. Is that him? It might be. Third down. No, Amik Robertson. I don't know where I saw Witherspoon. I need glasses. Amik Robertson's super underrated. I feel like I disrespected him by not naming him. But now 3rd and 11, and they're not in field goal range. If Jake Elliott tries to kick from here, he's not making it. So they got to get some sort of yardage. Hurts 3rd and 11, designed QB run, and he's got some space. They say he was up, and Jalen Hurts is going to pick up the first. Was he down? They spun him down, but he never touched the ground. That is an... Oh, his knee touched. His knee touched. That was almost an unreal play by Jalen Hurts. I mean, it still was. He got some yardage. But... First and 10 Eagles. First and 10 Eagles. Jalen Hurts picks it up on a gain of 12 on 3rd and 11. So did he get the full thing is what I'm wondering. I couldn't see the first down marker on the field. But it doesn't matter. He picks up the first down and the Eagles are in business just outside of the red zone. First and 10. Hurts, hands off Barkley, right back up the middle into a crowd. And nowhere to go. He pushes inside the red zone for a gain of about 3. Lane Johnson still has not returned. Fred Johnson in relief of him. Second down and 7. For the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts trying to push this one into the end zone with his arm or his legs. Smith enters the backfield. Not often you see that. Hurts play action, quick toss, Barkley. He's hauled down. Anzalone gets him at the 27. And it'll be 3rd and forever for the Eagles. This game is torture. And I'm not just talking about this football game. I'm talking about football in general. There's no blocking. They didn't block. 3rd and 15. The Eagles are averaging 2.3 yards per play. Play clock winding down. Takes the snap. Hurts, fires, across the middle. He's got A.J. Brown down to the 15. And 4th down it'll be, and Jake Elliott will come out to kick. He's made one from 27. Can he make a second through the wind? Fourth and 5, the offense stays out. No. You're averaging 2.3 yards per play. You cannot go for this. You gotta be kidding me. They cannot snap this football. Somebody jumped. They say nobody did. Play clock winding down, and they'll take a timeout. Jeez. I thought that the Eagles were about to go for that. But they're going to kick this field goal. Jake Elliott will hopefully put the Eagles up 6. Quite the crew of celebrities here. I see Pete Davidson. Quite the mustache he's rocking. Elliott to push the lead to 6. Can he do it? I'll keep it as 3 because I'm not super confident in him. Elliott, good snap, good hold, and the kick is perfect. The Eagles lead by 6. Hallelujah. It's a 2 field goal game. And the Detroit Lions are going to head back on offense when we come back. What a game. What a game. This is diabolical. I mean, they're winning. Isn't that all we can ask for? Dude. I mean, this is the kind of game that I needed if I was going to win my fantasy matchup. But it's not a fun one to watch. Anybody in chat? How was your Sunday? Mine was all right. We're back, unfortunately, to Philadelphia Eagles football in 2025. And I think they made the right choice to kick. Yeah, they definitely made the right choice to kick, especially when nobody can score. It's not just the Eagles that can't score. The Lions can't score either. And now the wind is so bad, Braden Mann is going to be holding the ball during kickoff. And there are... Okay, so now he's got to run off the field. That's pretty funny. Khalif Raymond works his way through the tackles, and it's a pretty good return up to the 25. The Birds' defense has come a long way. Very thankful for that. And the defense is the only thing that's keeping them in this game. I mean, keeping them winning this game. But here we go. Jahmyr Gibbs is the back for the Lions in a very tight set. Khalif Raymond across the screen. Goff play action. Fires a strike. This one is tipped and knocked down, looking for St. Brown again. But it falls incomplete. Was that Jordan Davis? Was that Jordan Davis? With the block, I believe so. Have a night. Have a season, Jordan Davis. Love it. I love it. This game is making me tired. Here we go. Jared Goff, 2nd and 10. Just under 6 minutes to go in this first half. Amon-Ra St. Brown in motion. It's play action again. Throws a dart to St. Brown across the 50, and Amon-Ra St. Brown has the biggest play of the day for Detroit. Finally moving the ball, the Eagles defense. They weren't going to shut him down forever. A really great route by Amon-Ra St. Brown here. And just wide open. I don't know if that was Dory Jackson who was supposed to be covering him. I bet it was. And he left him open. But here we go. Lions on the Eagles 40. St. Brown sent in motion. Goff, play action once again. Fires a strike. It's Jameson Williams, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown Detroit, and they'll take the lead with an extra point. Woof. That was a bad drive. Yeah, bad. And let's see. I mean, there's a flag. There's a flag on Jameson Williams. That's going to push the extra point back. So Jake Bates will now have to kick a 48-yard extra point. In these wins, it's not given. Jake Bates is a very good kicker, though. From 48 yards out, let's see what he's got. Good hold. The kick is no good. We are tied. There we go. 6-6. There we go. So the Eagles are going to be getting the ball back in a tie game. Gee whiz. The Eagles' offense, I mean, they just have to do something on this drive. Right? Like, eventually, they're going to figure it out, right? Maybe not. But they've got 5 minutes left in the first half, and then I'll take my callers, I suppose. I know a lot of people aren't going to have great things to say about this one, but I'm excited to hear it. So here we go. The Lions also will take a holder. And then I guess after the hold, Jack Fox has to sprint off the field. He's not allowed to help in the play. Very short kick. It'll be returned by Gibson. Xavier Gibson works his way through the 36, giving the Eagles some pretty good field position. But no matter what field position they get, they cannot get yards. So here we go. 6-6 ball game. I have no words, man. I have no words. Five minutes to score or not let the Lions score. 1st and 10. Saquon sent in motion, Hurts the pass. He's in trouble. He fires across the screen. This one's caught by A.J. Brown. 9-yard gain, a contested catch by the man who does that so well. And it'll be 2nd down and very short. I'll feel much more confident about the Eagles' offense if they can actually get a drive sustained. And if that involves using A.J. Brown, I'm here for it. Hurts fires across the screen. It's caught by Kylen Granson. And they move the chains. The 3rd tight end making a catch for about 4 or 5 yards. Brought down by Brian Branch. The 5th first down of the half for the Eagles. Hurts, hands off Barkley, cuts back up the middle, and Saquon spins for 4.5, 5 yards. As we go under 4 minutes. Eagles now across the 50. Is that the first time they've crossed the 50 on their own? Have they only been given the ball across the 50? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. 2nd and 5. Hurts takes the snap. It's a pass. He's got time. He fires across the middle, and it's to the edge, actually. It's Jahan Dotson, and he makes the catch for a 1st down Philly, and they're stringing them together. Picking on Amik Robertson in back-to-back passes. Hurts still under 50% completion for only 52 yards passing, but this drive has 2 first downs and looking a little bit better. Hurts fumbles the ball on the transfer to Saquon, and he jumps on it in the scramble, but a loss of a couple. Not sure who that was on between Hurts or Saquon, or even Cam Jurgens, but it was on somebody. Yeah, it's hard to tell who that's on, but Saquon gets it back, puts his body on the line, unlike Cam Newton, and now it is 2nd down and long, 13 yards. This will likely be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Hand off Bigsby, and Bigsby's got space. Tank Bigsby picks it all back up. A Lions helmet pops off, and Bigsby's got the first. As we'll go down to 2 minutes, it's the Eagles' best play of the day on offense. And this is exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles need in a backup running back. A guy who is a great change of pace. Saquon Barkley, obviously, so hard to tackle. But Tank Bigsby's hard to tackle in a different way. He'll run through somebody's face. He does that there. And it takes a couple guys to bring him down. He's a really good young player on a rookie deal. And they got him for a 6th-round pick. That's a win. And he has really, really contributed this year. I'm really happy with what we've got as Eagles fans out of Tank Bigsby. And I'm a big fan of his. So let's see what they can do with the rest of this drive, but they're moving it. Tank Bigsby's best run of the day and his 2nd run of the day. Saquon having trouble, but moving the ball nonetheless. Really glad Jake Bates missed that extra point because I did not want to see the Eagles losing after having the lead for the entire first quarter. We're back. Hopefully the Eagles can convert on this drive. The Lions made it look easy on their last with passes. Big passes to Amon-Ra St. Brown and the speedster Jameson Williams. Jumbo package in here with Goddard and Calcaterra. Smith sent in motion. They give to Bigsby. And Bigsby's got room again. Darting past the 20 up to the 16. Tank Bigsby makes it second down and medium. And Saquon checks back in. Second and 3 it'll be. Minute and a half left in this first quarter. The Eagles have to get some sort of points. Did I say first quarter? I mean first half. Second and 3. Hurts under center. Tight set. Fakes the pitch to Barkley. Fires across the screen. A.J. Brown for a first down inside the 10 down to the 6. And Brown's been involved. You expected it after what's been going on. But A.J. Brown with a great route. With another first down for the Eagles. Great play call there. Faking the pitch. Finding your alpha receiver, A.J. Brown. He's got 6 receptions in this first half. Not much more you can ask for. He's been involved. First and goal as we tick down to 40 seconds on the clock. Hurts takes the snap. Handoff Barkley. Back up the middle. Saquon Barkley is in! Touchdown Eagles! Their first touchdown of the game belongs to the Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. And they made that drive look easy. 9 plays, 64 yards. I believe he crossed that plane. But we'll take a look at it. If he didn't, you know what's coming. So we're going to take a look at this. I mean, I say we. I'm in my house. They're in the stadium. So what I'm hearing from my sources is that this touchdown is reversed. But you didn't hear that from me. You heard that from Real. I want to thank Jameson Williams for hugging the goalpost because the Lions would have the lead if he didn't. I assume. I assume Jake Bates makes a 30-yard field goal. Maybe not in these wins. Quite the game we've had. 6-6. Eagles are on the 1-yard line, and you know what they do on the 1-yard line. But so by that camera, he is down. But you know what's coming. The Eagles line up in tush-push formation from the inch-yard line. The Lions were the one team that the Eagles played this year that did not vote against the tush-push. And Hurts is in! Touchdown, Eagles! And they take the lead back with 12 seconds to go in the half. The tush-push converts again. Eagles lead 12-6. You love to see it. You know what's coming, and you can't stop it. Because the Eagles just do it better than anybody else, and that's not their problem. And that's the play shouldn't be banned. It's a play. You can't ban a play. It's stupid. Jake Elliott here from 33, the extra point. Important to count the yardage in this wind. And he's good. 13-6. The Eagles cap off their best and only good drive of the day with 7. Thanks to Jalen Hurts and Tank Bigsby. Count A.J. Brown in there a little bit. The most involved that he's been so far this year. "16 seconds till halftime. You can't let the Lions score. Deal? Deal. Okay. Just shook with the Eagles. Nick Sirianni told me he got me. How about Sam Darnold? 4 picks today. His MVP campaign just went in the toilet. I mean, I know he probably wasn't having it anyway, but if he did, it's gone now. Elliott's kick is away. Way deep into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Sends the Lions to the 35. They have 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. 16 seconds. That's enough time to run 3 plays. Bang, timeout, bang, timeout, bang, timeout. Kick the field goal. But nothing's guaranteed in this wind, and they may just kneel it out. You gotta wait and see, I suppose. They will kneel, and that will do it for our first half of football. The Philadelphia Eagles lead 13-6 over the Detroit Lions. Not how I expected this first half to go, but I can't say I'm surprised. I'll see you guys after halftime, or at least a little bit into halftime, for our callers. All right. I guess I'm gonna be taking callers now. If anybody who can contact me wants to give their opinion on the stream or on the game, they can. This is always the most dangerous part of the stream, but guess it's just gonna be what it is. Now we wait for the callers to come in, but my halftime thoughts. Neither of these teams look good. The Lions' last offensive drive was excellent. I think both of these teams' offenses are really wearing down the defenses, which is a little bit worrying because the Lions' offense is better than the Eagles' offense. But the bright side is they are winning. Jake Elliott has been really good in the wind. The defense has been really, really good. It took me a while to get to that. Jalen Phillips, awesome. Jordan Davis, awesome. Mara Ojomo, awesome. Yeah. Good stuff from the defense, not so much from the offense. Hurts really picked it up on the last drive. But beyond that, I want more out of the offense, and the defense has been doing really good. So I don't really know where that leaves us. I mean, my updated prediction, I said I started with 31-26. Seems pretty unlikely now. I'll go with 23-16. That seems more realistic. All right, let's go down the line of scores for this week. Ravens just barely beat the Browns. Lamar played terribly. How did he only beat what is going on my screen? Maddencast? That's awful. That is awful. How did the Ravens only beat Shedeur Sanders by 7 points? That is pretty embarrassing. Broncos already talked about. Already talked about the Niners game and Jacoby Brissett. Talked about the Rams game. Talked about the Panthers game. Talked about the Bills game. The Jaguars whoop the Chargers. Very surprising. I thought the Jags had a pretty good shot at winning. I actually think the Jags are pretty underrated. I started the season by saying they were going to win the AFC South, and now that looks pretty unlikely with how the Colts have been. But the Jaguars are good. They're a good team. Bears beat the Vikings. I actually had the Vikings in this one, and they kept it really close. J.J. McCarthy's just really not good. Kind of no way around that when you're the Vikings. But, yeah, the Bears did win. They are now 7-3. So they're probably going to make the playoffs. The Packers beat the Giants by 7 after Love gets hurt, after Jacobs gets hurt. It's good to just get the win. But the Packers are pretty underwhelming right now. I have a hard time saying that I'm confident that they're going to make the playoffs, especially with how good this NFC is. You have the Eagles. You have the Lions. You have the Bears. You have the Packers, but they're the team that I'm talking about, so I'm not really going to count them. You have the Rams, you have the Seahawks, you have the 49ers, you have the Bucks, you have the Panthers. That's about it. But all of those teams are fighting with the Packers for the playoffs, and I'm not super confident in the Packers. No, I'm really not. Beyond that, Steelers whooped the Bengals. That game was probably a little bit closer than the score was. The Texans are not good. They beat the Titans by 3. I don't know what to think about this team. I don't think they're that good. And then the Dolphins played one of the worst football games in Madrid against the Washington Commanders. And I'm not going to talk about that one because that one was upsetting to watch. How much we got in halftime remaining? All right, we'll be back in a minute. The second half of this abysmal game, but it really picked up. Really picked up at the end. See a couple people in chat right now. Drop a Go Birds if you want. I'd appreciate it. All right, we are back. And the Lions are going to start with the ball. Feeling good about my fantasy matchup. Because playing against Jahmyr Gibbs and Jake Bates, and they have a combined 2 points. But I would appreciate it if they finished the game with a combined 2 points. I don't really know how that's going to go, but guess we're going to have to wait and see. Hurts picked it up at the end of the half. He had a real bad first quarter. A.J. Brown getting involved. 8 targets. We all knew it was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen. He complained. They talked about it. Not even going to get into it. But you knew that A.J. Brown was going to be involved tonight. Especially tonight. Here we go. Jake Elliott will send it away to Khalif Raymond and the Lions crew of special teamers. And it'll be a touchback a little bit deep in the end zone. The Lions will start the third quarter on the 35-yard line. And in a close division, if the Detroit Lions lose this game, the Bears lead the division. So, Bears-Eagles Alliance, which I've heard a little bit about online. Not really sure how that happened, but I'd be happy for them to be in first place after this game. Goff, quick pass to Gibbs out of the backfield, and he's got speed. Jahmyr Gibbs pushed out with a big gain. About 15 or 16 yards there. And he can fly. He gets into open space. Just nobody on him. Dean's good. He's not that fast. Play action. Right back to Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs will have the first down once again. And the Lions start fast. Jeez. Just talked about not wanting Jahmyr Gibbs to get the ball. Not good right now. Under a minute into the third quarter, Jahmyr Gibbs has already tripled his fantasy points from the first half. And the Lions are moving the ball pretty effectively. First and 10. Brock Wright sent in motion across the screen. Goff takes the snap. He'll give to Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is swallowed up by Davis. A big man brings him down for a gain of about a yard. Jordan Davis is the impact player of the game today, at least on the Eagles' side. Second and 9. St. Brown sent in motion. Goff sends Brock Wright in motion as well. Takes the snap. Quick toss. Brock Wright taken down by DeJean, but he breaks through, spins him out for a gain of about 4. Cooper DeJean on the tackle. Brock Wright's a big guy. Cooper DeJean, not really, but he can tackle. You saw him sit down Derrick Henry last year. I'm sure the whole world saw that one. And Cooper DeJean, with a pick already in this game, he's been another impact player. 3rd and 5 for Detroit after 2 first downs in their first 2 plays. 3rd and 5. Gibbs sent in motion. Goff takes the snap. Fires. Incomplete off the hands of St. Brown. It's 4th and 5, and we'll see what Dan Campbell elects to do. Dan Gamble, if he goes for it, but feeling like this is the range where the Lions would go for it. They're just on the Eagles' side of the field at about the 40. More like the 35. You can't kick it from here. It's 4th and 5. And the Eagles got lucky this with that catch, or that drop, excuse me. Jameson Williams across the screen. The Lions are going for it. They take the snap. Big 4th down. Fires. It is knocked down off the hands of Williams, and they turn it over again. Eagles football. How many turnover on downs is that for Detroit? It's a bad ball. It's a bad ball. Love to see it. So the Eagles stop the Lions from scoring. This game is ridiculous. The Eagles are just a ridiculous team. The Lions are too. This is the first time they've played each other since the Lions have become good. This game is nuts. So let's see what the Eagles can do in the second half once Jalen Hurts gets this football. I just don't know what Kevin Patullo is thinking. The last drive was good. I will give them credit for that. But dude, this first half was rough for the Birds. Not a fun one to watch. Absolutely not. We are back in a minute. I talked about all the games today. I did not talk about the game on Thursday. The Patriots, they're a real good team. They are real good. And I'm not just saying that because they beat the Jets. Like, the Jets, anybody should beat the Jets. Like, it's not necessarily a marker of a great team to beat the New York Jets. But the Patriots did it in a way that was very convincing because Drake May just looks awesome. Drake May is everything I expected him to be and more. I expected Drake May to take the leap into being an MVP candidate. I said that before the season. You can go to my Twitter and find it. But I did not expect Drake May to be the midseason MVP favorite. That is nuts. So the Eagles starting from their own 32 after the turnover on downs. Hurts takes the snap, gives Barkley. Saquon Barkley with a little bit of room gets 4 yards brought down by Tyleik Williams, the first-round pick by the Lions. So 2nd and 6 for the Birds. Lions show pressure. Hurts takes the snap. Right back to Barkley. Bursts through and carries a couple Lions for 3rd and short. Tyleik Williams up in there again. And you wonder if you know what's coming here. Because the Eagles have a certain play that they like to run. Third and 1. In the tush push formation. It's possible that they run a fake here. Oh, somebody went. Somebody went. Was it a Lion? Was it an Eagle? They are going to call this on the Eagles, I bet. If I had to guess. Oh, they did. They called it on the Eagles, making it 3rd and 6, and they're not going to pick this up. I don't know. Did he move? Did Steen move? Oh, come on! He was tapping his hand to get him on side, and then the Tyleik Williams goes. That's ridiculous. That's horrible. That is disgusting by the refs. And if the Eagles don't pick this up, they're going to have to punt. It's 3rd and 5. More like 3rd and 6. Hurts takes the snap. Pressure coming from Hutchinson. He steps out, fires downfield, looking for incomplete. He was going for Granson, and the Eagles are going to be forced to punt after that ridiculous call. And I don't know why you're looking for Kylen Granson on 3rd and 5, 30 yards down the field. But maybe Kevin Petullo knows something that I don't. And Braden Mann will be out to punt once again. So flag, move the Eagles back 5. The play clock ran out. Why do I subject myself to this? This is awful. Braden Mann punts it away on 4th and 10. A good punt and a good reception by Raymond on the fair catch. Ringo looked like he ran into him, but he didn't. And no flag is called. Granson should have had that. Goddard catches that. Brown catches that. Smith catches it. Barkley catches that. I bet Shipley catches that. Dotson catches that. Kylen Granson, that's inexcusable. You have to catch that. And now the Lions have the ball back. At their own 28, 10.5 minutes left in the third quarter. As long as Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't get like a million catches like he did on the last drive. This is brutal. I don't know how I'm going to be able to sit through this. And Lane Johnson's out for the game. Let's go, dude. Come on. The Eagles should still be driving, by the way. That Tyler Steen penalty was absurd. But here we are with the Lions having the ball. It's first down. The back is Montgomery. He will give it to Montgomery. And David Montgomery being pushed for a gain of about 6 yards. The injuries this week were crazy. Josh Jacobs goes down. Jordan Love goes down. Michael Penix goes down. Lane Johnson goes down. Justin Herbert went down. Bashal Tutin went down. Kamani Vidal went down. Raymond sent in motion. Quick screen to Gibbs, and Jahmyr Gibbs has some room. There he goes. He's flying. Gibbs back across the field. Nobody can bring him down, and he might go. Jahmyr Gibbs all the way to the 24, brought down finally by Jahad Campbell. And that's the danger that he gives you. 42 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. Unreal, man. Unreal. Just nobody could bring him down. Goff takes the snap right back to Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs gets about 3 on first down, close to the 20. I got nothing, dude. He was the one guy I needed them to stop. I said it before. Said if the Eagles can stop Jahmyr Gibbs. And there he goes. But let's see what happens here on 2nd and 8. Handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll get about 4 or 5. Right back up the middle. And it'll set up for 3rd and short. Third and 4. So a little bit longer than I expected. Goff in the shotgun. Under 8 minutes to go in the third. Takes the snap right back to Gibbs. He's got the first down and a little bit more inside the 10 to the 9 goes Jahmyr Gibbs. First and goal. Goff fires. This one's caught. Jameson Williams is hauled down by Jackson with a gain of 4. It's second and goal. Drive has been all on that Gibbs big catch, and that's what the Eagles, they just have to limit the big play. It's what I've been saying, dude. Second and goal. Goff. Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is blown up. He can't stay on his feet. Gain of a yard. It's third and goal. Third and goal from about the 4. Great play by Reed Blankenship there to get him down. He could have stayed up. He stumbles. That's a bit lucky by the Eagles, but that's a fantastic tackle by Blankenship. Third and goal. Big play from the 4. Brock Wright sent in motion. Goff. It's a handoff to Gibbs, and he's stuffed! No gain for Jahmyr Gibbs. Some pushing and shoving after the play, but it's Reed Blankenship on the tackle again, and it's fourth and goal. We'll see what they do here, but with the way they've been going for it, you can't imagine they do it again. They're doing it again. Fourth and goal. This could tie the game, or the Eagles could force another stop. St. Brown sent in motion. Goff. Pressure coming. Fires. End zone. Nobody home! The Eagles force another turnover on downs. And they'll get it at their own 4. Come on, dude. What is going on? What the heck? What the heck, dude? What in the world is this game? I feel like I'm losing brain cells by watching this. So the Eagles retain their 7-point lead. But they're back at their own 5. Quite the game we've got. One for the ages. So when we come back, the Eagles are going to have this ball in their own 4. Just avoid the safety, please. This game is so bad. First and 10 from the 4-yard line. Saquon Barkley is the back. Hurts situated in his own end zone. It's a pass. Hurts fires down the sideline looking for Brown. No chance. Rock Ya-Sin with the pass breakup. Yeah, first down. Let's throw the ball out of bounds, like a 50-50 ball to A.J. Brown when we're stuck on our own 4-yard line. Good stuff, Kevin Patullo. Good stuff. I'm going insane. I'm losing my mind. Smith set in motion across the screen. Hurts takes the snap. Passing again. He's in trouble. He rolls out right. Hurts firing downfield. He's got a man. It's caught by Dotson. Jahan Dotson makes the catch and takes the hit. And the Eagles with a big play. Unreal pass by Jalen Hurts. It's his best play of the night. It's going to be helmet to helmet. They'll get 15 more. Absolute cinema. What a pass. And Brian Branch down on the play. Jahan Dotson. The best play of the day for the Philadelphia Eagles. And at the right time, the momentum swings. And a beautiful ball over the head of Amik Robertson. Jalen Hurts couldn't have put that any better. Phenomenal improvisation from Dotson. And way to take the hit. So a gain of about 50 yards after the 35-yard catch and the 15-yard penalty has the Eagles at around midfield. And Avonte Maddox checks into the game. The former Eagle made a big play in Super Bowl 59, getting himself a ring. Hurts under center now at the Lions' 47-yard line. It's a pitch to Barkley to the right side. He's got nowhere to go, but he makes something out of nothing with a gain of about 5 or 6. His speed is killer, and that's not the thing that you notice about Saquon Barkley. He's got a great juke. He's strong. But he is fast. Not having the best day, not having the best season. But he is such a valuable player for these Eagles. Now it's 2nd and 4. Big blitz coming. Hurts, play action. In trouble, takes the sack. Hutchinson brings him down with company. And Hurts slow to get up. It'll be 3rd down and long. That was not Jalen Hurts' proudest moment. He held onto the ball way too long. He could have gotten it out. And forces the big hit by Hutchinson. And now, what's the yardage looking like? 3rd and 15. Hurts alone in the backfield. Hurts. Deep ball. Looking for Brown. Over his head. Eagles will punt. Well, at least they got out of their own end zone. The field position for the Lions is not going to be great. And let's see what the Lions offense has in store. Man's punt. Another good one. Raymond catches it on his 10. Works to the opposite side of the field. Now cuts back and is sandwiched. Cal Adamitis brings him down at the 14-yard line. And it's 13-6. Nobody has scored in the third quarter. And we'll be back with just a little bit left in this third quarter and 1 quarter left to go after that. Dude, this is like bleach on my eyes. I just want to get out of this game with a win. There are problems. There are time to fix the problems. But right now, they need to win this game. Jalen Hurts is not playing a great game. But he's also not playing a bad game. I think he's somewhere in the middle. He's had really good plays. He's had really bad plays. No turnovers. That's very important. He hasn't had a lot to work with. Patullo, obviously not the sharpest tool in the shed, at least when it comes to play calling. I mean, I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl, but if they don't and they make it far enough where they are not able to justify firing Patullo, I don't know what you do. My hope would be that the Giants hire him as their next head coach. I mean, I know the Giants aren't the smartest organization, but that might be wishful thinking. So let's see what the Lions can do here, starting from their own 15-yard line on 1st and 10. Goff under center. Play action. Brandon Graham, he avoids the tackle, and a pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown is incomplete. Quinyon Mitchell with good coverage there. Now 2nd and 10. Goff. Another pass. Looking. Downfield. Incomplete. Almost picked. Did he get to it? Blankenship. Not quite. Looking for Isaac Tesla. And Quinyon Mitchell shaken up after the play there after the pass breakup. So 3rd and 10. Gibbs back in. Goff. Quick pass, Gibbs. He's got a first down and more. Jahmyr Gibbs. Nobody can bring him down. And now he's hit hard. But Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be at the 48. And they can't keep letting him get these. They can't. That was my one rule. You can't let Jahmyr Gibbs get open space. He gets 33 yards on that one. Jahmyr Gibbs has gotten everything as a receiver. He hasn't even been good running the ball. And Montgomery running downhill with a good gain of 7. But the Lions have how many total yards, and how many of them belong to Jahmyr Gibbs? It's unreal. They gotta forget about this. Second and 3. Lions now across the 50 at the 45. Goff, play action. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for Brock Wright. Jihad Campbell with the coverage. His cutbacks have been crazy this game. Someone's just mad about fantasy. You weren't here at the beginning of this stream when I said that if the Eagles can limit Jahmyr Gibbs, they're going to win this football game. But yes, pretend like you've been here the entire time. Jared Goff. 3rd and 3. Montgomery's the back. St. Brown set in motion. He takes the snap. Quick pressure. Blocked down at the line! Jalen Carter! And it's 4th down again, and let me guess. They're going to go for it. If I had to guess. They've done that quite a bit today. And how many times have they gotten it? I don't think they've done it yet, but that's a phenomenal play by Jalen Carter there. It's the 3rd pass deflection at the line. One of them resulted in a pick, and this is their 5th attempted 4th down. They haven't converted one yet. Here at the Eagles 45, they'll try 4th and 3. Takes the snap. Fires. Incomplete! Quinyon Mitchell on the coverage! And the Lions are 0-5 on 4th down! Dan Campbell has a personal vendetta against his punter and kicker. It is very windy, so I understand the kicker. The punter is ridiculous. You punt there. And now the Eagles have the ball on their own 45 after the Lions' 5th missed 4th down try. First and 10. Hurts takes the snap. Hands off Barkley. He's got nowhere to go. Cutting back up the middle. And he'll try to make it to the line of scrimmage. He's a little short. It'll be 2nd and 11. Kevin Patullo. I would like to... I would like to see how hard it could possibly be to call plays. Can't he makes it look so hard. Cannot be this hard. Right? Well, 2nd and 10. Pressure coming. Flips it to Barkley. He's got some room. Saquon takes on a man and gets 6 or 7. I promise I didn't do that on purpose. I'm just going to get past this. There's a flag on the play. And it's coming back. Foul on A.J. Brown. Oh, he tripped. Aww. That sucks. That's really unfortunate. So 2nd and 25. Here we go. And they'll do it when the 4th quarter starts. No points in the 3rd quarter. And we'll begin the 4th with the Eagles on 2nd and 25. Come on! What an awesome game that I decided to commentate. A hot take, Dan Campbell's not top 10 and maybe not even a top 15 head coach. Before the year I probably would have agreed with you, but right now I think it's hard to tell because he is calling the offensive plays. And I mean, it's not looking good right now. But I need to see him finish out this season calling the plays for me to make a real, actual good decision about what I think Dan Campbell can do as a head coach. I mean, right now, the best coaches in the NFL are Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Shane Steichen. Not that bad of a take, I don't think. I mean, it's all the offensive geniuses. I mean, that's how the league works. And if Dan Campbell isn't one of those, then he's not one of the best head coaches. Nick Sirianni's not one of the best head coaches in the league, but I'd say he's a significant bit better than Dan Campbell at what they do. Because they're the same archetype. They both don't really do anything tangible. They're just real good coaches. And I think for a team to be successful over a span like the Eagles have been successful, I think their coach has to be pretty dang good. And the Lions haven't been successful to that extent yet. So I think that's a fine take. I think he's too stupid to be an NFL head coach. He's successful. I don't know. Nick Sirianni's not the smartest, conventionally. But he's a Super Bowl champion head coach. He's one of the best head coaches in the league. Nick Sirianni is. And that I feel like that's not even, crazy to say. There's nothing super tangible that Nick Sirianni does, except for he leads the team with the best record in his tenure. He has the best winning percentage ever. So that's something. Bad coaches don't win like that. Dan Campbell hasn't won like that. He's won a lot of games, and he has a good winning percentage. But Nick Sirianni's out of this world, and he's going to lead his team. He's going to lead this team to the playoffs again. Hurts. In trouble. Running. He's got some room. Tackled out of bounds. And Hurts in some pain, but he is back up after the play. It's 3rd down. He went down pretty awkwardly at the end there. Taken down by Jack Campbell. Third and 11. Hurts. Takes the snap. Rolling. Right side. Firing. Sideline. It's caught by A.J. Brown. Did he get it? He did! He's short of the line to gain, but it's a 10-yard catch, and it puts the Eagles in a position to go for this, but there's a flag. There's a flag on the play. Holding on the Lions. Maybe. Holding on the Lions. First down, Philly. Amik Robertson's having a bad night. He made one good play. Taking down, who was it? AJ in the backfield. Since then, he's been a liability. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 14 minutes to go in this football game in regulation. Please don't let this go to overtime. 1st and 10. Calcaterra in motion. Big package with tight ends. Hurts takes the snap. Gives Barkley. Left side with blockers. Barkley, a first down, but a flag comes in. This one might be coming back. It will be coming back. It'll be 1st and 20 after the holding on Jordan Mailata. Mailata's been quiet tonight, but that's how you want your offensive lineman. Great blocking by Calcaterra there. Goes to waste. So 1st and 19, Bigsby now the back. It'll be a give to Bigsby and Tank. Bigsby with a quick 6-yard gain. Brought down by Hutchinson. And it'll be 2nd and 13. Or 14. Something like that. Second and 14 after the 5-yard gain by Bigsby. Hurts to pass. Fires to the sideline. This one's caught by Smith, and he takes a shot by Mollett. And it's 3rd down and medium. Manageable for the Eagles. Offense has yet to score this second half, but the defense has yet to allow anything as well. 3rd and 6 as we tick down to 12 minutes to go in this football game as we near 11 p.m. if you're watching in Eastern time like I am. 3rd and 6. Hurts takes the snap. Right back up the middle on a QB draw, and he's got it and more. Jalen Hurts brought down by Anzalone pretty hard, but he's got the first down. An excellent play call there. And I got to give Patullo his props. That's a good play call. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin Patullo. Great execution by Hurts. I think he should have slid before, but, I'll take the first down. Right back in the empty shotgun for Jalen. From the 36 of Detroit, Hurts takes the snap. Pressure coming. He steps up. Firing deep. Looking for the end zone. Over the head of Barkley. Barkley had a step. Hurts couldn't find him on the run. It was a tough play to make. Really tough throw to make. Hurts, usually a great deep ball. Tonight it's been off. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Hurts, in trouble, rolling out, fires, Incomplete. Dotson in the vicinity, but it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play for the Birds. 11 minutes remain in this football game in regulation. Shipley is the back. Goddard sent in motion. Play clock winding down to 3. Hurts. Got to get the snap off. He does. Big blitz comes. Fires. This one's caught by Brown. Trying to escape, and he can't. But a gain of about 5 on 3rd down to force 4th and medium. And Hurts will head off the field. Is Jake Elliott going to try a long kick here? He will. What is the distance on this kick? A 49-yard, 1 yard longer than the kick that Jake Bates missed. This would be big for the Eagles. The kick is up. It is on its way, and Jake Elliott's perfect on the day. It's 16-6 Eagles. That is big. It's a 2-score game. And when you're giving the Lions the ball back, and Jake Elliott, the inconsistency last year, he's on fire today. Love it, love it, love it. $16-6. Hope nobody bet the over. That was the first point scored of the second half. And there are 10.5 minutes left in this game, 11 minutes left in this game. Got to get a big stop here. If you can score, make it a 2-score game, then force a stop, you're in business. It's a momentum game. The Eagles have the momentum right now. They can't let it get away. So we're back with the Lions having the ball. A big, big drive for both sides. 5 failures on 4th down is nuts. Dan Gamble. He is losing all his money tonight. Here's Khalifa Raymond on the return. It's actually not Raymond. That's Sailors. And it's a solid return up to around the 30-yard line. Did Mike Tirico just do the 6-7? You know what? I shouldn't have said that. I apologize and I beg for forgiveness. they've gone they've gone for they've turned it over on downs every possession in the third quarter. Stupid. Well, 10 minutes left in this game. Gibbs is the bat. Goff under center sends St. Brown in motion. Give to Gibbs. To the outside, Jahmyr Gibbs has a first down. He invites the contact with Adoree Jackson, and he gets out. 1st and 10 Detroit. They just can't stop Gibbs. I don't know why the Lions don't just give it to him every play. Well, it's 1st and 10. Goff in the shotgun. Takes a snap to pass. Steps up. Fires into the dirt. The pressure was there. Jalen Phillips. And it'll be 2nd and 10 after the quick first by Jahmyr Gibbs. Second and 10. Goff takes the snap. Fires downfield. This one is caught by St. Brown. No catch. It bounced first, and that's good coverage by Adoree Jackson. Another player who hasn't really been in the good graces of Philadelphia fans this year. I mean, kind of like Kevin Patullo, but you got to give him credit when credit's due. 3rd and 10 for Detroit. Takes the snap. Goff fires for the first down marker. Swatted down by Adoree Jackson. What a play on Amon-Ra St. Brown for the veteran Adoree Jackson, and it's 4th and 10. You can't possibly go for it here. Phenomenal play by Adoree. Gotta give him credit. Absolutely fantastic. Fox to punt it away. Gibson is hit, and he hits it, and he knocks it out of bounds. That was almost dangerous. But Gibson with the heads-up play to knock it out of bounds, and it's Eagles football with 9 minutes to go. So Gibson's hit by Thomas. It hits him, and he can't grab it, so he swats it away. It's an excellent play there. Almost dangerous, but gotta give credit where credit's due. That's the name of the game, right? No, the name of the game is football. I think I'm going crazy. So let's see what the Eagles can do. I mean, the Eagles are a team that if they get rolling on offense, they can just burn the entire clock and end this game. I doubt that's going to happen. The Lions, I mean, you look at the score. The Lions have done a good job on defense. They've allowed 1 touchdown. So we're about to be back. The Eagles at their own, what, 20-yard line? 15? 15, I think. So if the Eagles win this game, they are first in the NFC. Play action for Hurts. Rolls out, hits Goddard. Dallas Goddard a first down. And a great play on the RPO there by Jalen Hurts. And Goddard really has not been involved. But he is there. And the clock continues to tick. Hurts only completed 50% of his passes, but he's done a fine job. He's done enough. He had that phenomenal, magical play to Dotson. He's missed some deep balls. He's made some good throws. Hand off to Barkley, and Barkley breaks through with a gain of about 7. Brought down by Anzalone. Shot out of a cannon there. Under 8 minutes to go, 2nd and 2 here for the Birds on their own 40-yard line. Hurts under center. Takes a snap from Juergens. Hands off Barkley. Saquon Barkley trying to get back to the line, and he'll push forward for about a yard or a half a yard. And we'll see what they do here on 3rd. Not quite short enough to tush push. They will tush push. They got a generous spot. Hurts. I don't think he got it. It'll be close as we go under 7 minutes. But they can always do it again as the Birds lead 16-6 at home. 6.5 to go. 4th and inches. They will line it up to go for the tush push once again, and he jumped. Fourth down Eagles. They're going to be forced to punt. Darius Cooper, the rookie, with the mistake. And that is a crushing one, because the Lions now have a chance to get back in this game. If you move those chains, you burn, I don't know, another 2 minutes at least off the clock. Rough. Man's punt is a good one. Bounces, takes an Eagles bounce, continues to roll, and puts them down at about the 15, maybe closer to the 10. No, at the 15. And the Lions have the ball right back. Down 2 scores, but with the ball. And you know what they can do when they have the ball. This game, I think I would be better off watching paint dry or golf. I normally create like a stream highlights reel of like what happened in the game. What am I gonna make it of? Nothing has happened. I just gotta forget about it. Just gotta get to the end of this game. Just gotta walk away with a win. That's all that matters. It's all that's ever mattered. It's all that ever will matter. Go Birds. And I would appreciate a fantasy football win too, but that means I do have to rely on Cowboys. I'd appreciate a quick little CeeDee Lamb 30 bomb against the Raiders, and then the Cowboys still lose. Here we go. 6 minutes to go in this football game. The Detroit Lions need 2 scores. They're down by 10. The Eagles lead 16-6 at home. Khalif Raymond in motion across the screen now cuts back. Goff, play action. Fires into the dirt looking for Gibbs, and Nolan Smith's coverage was phenomenal. 2nd and 10. Goff, well under 50% completion percentage. The Eagles' defense has really rattled him, and I don't know what part of that has been the cold weather, but you have to imagine that it's some factor. Jared Goff, not usually a good cold weather player, as it's 2nd down and 10. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Khalif Raymond in motion. Goff. Play action, steps up, fires, knocked down at the line and almost picked off. But Jordan Davis gets a hand on it again for his 3rd pass knocked down at the line. He's having a day for himself. And it's 3rd and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Third down and 10. Do or die for Detroit. Steps up, fires down the middle. He's got a wide open Jameson Williams who makes a play and cuts it back at the 42-yard line to move the chains for Detroit. The Eagles almost get out of it. Just a great throw by Goff. Great route by J-Mo. And the Lions move the chains. 5.5 to go. Goff, Raymondson in motion. Takes the snap, play action. Fires. Incomplete off the hands of Gibbs. And he was wide open with room to run. This game's stressing me out, man. 2nd and 10, 5:20 to go. Goff, 2nd and 10, pressure coming, fires, knocked down to the line by Jalen Carter. 5 passes knocked down at the line, combined by Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. You know what else there's 5 of? Missed 4th downs. by the Lions. What a game. What a game. This is the game of all time. 3rd and 10. Another 3rd and 10. Lions converted their last one to Jameson Williams. Goff drops, fires, downfield, looking for Gibbs, nobody home. Nakobe Dean with great coverage, and it's 4th and 10. And I think they've got to stay on the field here. One try to get 10 yards, or the Eagles are likely going to walk away with this victory. And they probably are likely to walk away with this victory even if they do get it, but that's fantastic by Nakobe Dean. Just keeping pace with Jahmyr Gibbs is hard, and keeping the coverage up. They send Jack Fox out to punt. You have to watch the fake here. Fox will punt. And Xavier Gipson catches it at the 20. The Eagles have the ball back with 5 minutes of game time left. I don't know why they didn't go for it. They've been going for it all night. Eventually they were going to get one. First and 10 Eagles. This could very well be the last drive of this football game. Hurts takes the snap. Hands off Barkley left side. He's got some room, but the gap quickly closes. And he's got 2 yards on the play. Quite the camera angle. Second and 8. Clock still ticking, under 4.5 to go. Saquon remains the back. They'll give it to him. Saquon Barkley through a gap and dives forward. And it'll be 3rd and 1. You know what's coming here, but the question is, can the Eagles stop making mistakes on this play? They've had 2 false starts. One was valid, one was really not. But it's a penalty nonetheless. You can't make a mistake on this play because they're going to call it. Brett Toth is now in the game. Why? Is Juergens okay? Well, I guess not, because he's not in the game. Tush push. He's close. If he didn't get it, it'll be inches. He's short. And you have to go for this. You have to trust your play. He didn't get it. But he'll get it this time. 3 minutes left in the football game. 4th and inches. You have to go for this. And Cam Juergens is headed back to the locker room. The offensive line injuries have been unreal this year. The Eagles take their first time out. And you have to go for this. You can't let the Lions have the ball back. They'll pull out something. This play is so effective. You cannot punt this here. Nick Sirianni will go for it from anywhere. And then I bet he's going to try to punt it here. Well, I'm looking at the rest of the Eagles' schedule here, and I see 1 loss. I don't know who that would be to, but I'm going to expect the Bills. They beat Dallas. I think they take down Chicago and the Chargers. They definitely take down the Commanders twice and the Raiders. And I think they lose to Buffalo. Here they go. Pushing forward. I think he's short. Lions football. Did he cross the plane? Well, it's not the plane, but did he get there? He didn't. Absolutely, he did not. And the Lions are right back in it. 2:57 to go, starting from the 29-yard line. Eagles defense needs to bend, not break. Goff fakes a flip to Gibbs. Now he's in trouble. Fires it downfield. Incomplete. Looking for Jameson Williams, and the pressure was there by Jalen Phillips. Said his name a lot today. Second and 10. Goff takes a snap. Blitz coming. He's sacked! Nakobe Dean gets there and the ball comes out, but it is recovered by Detroit. But Nakobe Dean blows it up. And it'll be third down and very long for Detroit. A second sack of the day for Philly. The first one was Jalen Phillips. And as we near this 2-minute warning, it's 3rd and 17. Goff drops, fires, knocked down off the hands of Cooper DeJean. And it's 4th and 17 with 2:03 to go. And where are they on the field? They're at the 36 of Philadelphia. This is a 54-yard field goal in these wins. They are going for this. This is the game. And the Eagles will take a timeout. Their second to regroup before this game-defining play. The Eagles' defense has been so phenomenal so far in this game, and they need to finish strong. 4th and 17. They get this. This game is all but over. And Jake Bates is coming on to kick a 54-yard attempt. If he misses this game is over. This is gutsy. The snap, the hold, the kick is right down the middle. Jake Bates nails a 54-yard attempt. It's a great kick. And And we'll see what they elect to do involving a kickoff or an onside kick, but there's less than 2 minutes to go. This game is not over. The Lions have all 3 timeouts. So will it be an onside kick? I believe so. They will not. They will kick like normal. They're trusting their defense to get a stop, which it has all game. I feel not great about this. Kick into the end zone, and the Eagles will start at their 35. So let's see what they've got here. Is it snowing? No, it's raining. Here we go. Brett Toth, Fred Johnson in the game at offensive line, still in relief of Juergens and Johnson. Hurts takes the snap. Give Barkley. Saquon pushes forward, gain of 4. Timeout Detroit. You can't even think about passing, right? Or if you're going to pass, it has to be a screen. You can't stop the clock on your own without having the Lions take a timeout. You just can't. I think it's all got to be Barkley. You think about putting it in Hurts' hands to run, but I don't think you pass. Calcaterra sent in motion. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Give Barkley. Back up the middle. Saquon taken down. Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 3. Lions take their 2nd timeout. A first down here means this football game is over. Jack Campbell. Extremely good linebacker with a fantastic tackle on one of the guys who is really hard to bring down in Saquon Barkley. Here we go. 3rd and 3 for the game. It's a short 3. Lions show blitz, Hurts to pass. And now a flag. And they'll be moving back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Fred Johnson jumped. This game's taking years off my life. It's 3rd and 8. First down by the Eagles, still wins it, but it looks even more unlikely. Hurts. Takes the snap. To pass. For the game. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for Brown. And the Lions are going to get the ball back. There's a flag. There's a flag. Pass interference. This game is over. The Philadelphia Eagles are 8-2. Rock Ya-Sin with the pass interference on A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown wins the football game for the Philadelphia Eagles. What an ending. I don't know if that was catchable. Wait, what? Oh, no, this game is not over. Oh, wait. Because they didn't have to take a timeout. Oh, no, I'm just stupid. This game is basically over. If I did all that to lose. Lions take their final timeout, minute 40. So this game's not over. It's all but over. Second and 10. Hurts. Gives Barkley. Saquon. Gets 1 or 2, but the clock will keep running. It's 3rd down and you can't pass. You could pass. Yeah, you can't pass on this. You gotta run. You gotta run, and if you get it, you get the 1st down, you win. If you don't get it, you trust your defense to stop the Lions from scoring with 20 seconds. Less, with 15 seconds. The Eagles take their final timeout. And all of the timeouts in this game are done. So 57 seconds, and that is it. Unless, God forbid, the Lions tie this one up. Here we go, 3rd and 8. If the Eagles get this, they win the game. If they don't, the Lions will get a chance. Hurts. Gives to Barkley. Saquon cuts it back up the middle. Saquon Barkley has won the game! The Eagles are going to 8-2 with a 1st down to clinch it. Come on, baby! That's the game. Detroit comes to Philly and scores 9 measly points. Whew, come on. That is one of the worst football games I have ever had the misfortune of watching. But the Philadelphia Eagles won. And congratulations to the Chicago Bears, who have control of their division. That's pretty funny. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Go Birds. And